Oh, so which truth are you going to find out at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Leo? Which truth you're going to find out? This is gonna be a big mama moment, because this big mama moment is also going to set you free. This is brilliant, because after that moment in time, so much is gonna start changing in your life. You're gonna notice things are moving with the greatest speed ever. It's something very specific that you've been waiting for. It's also going to happen at around the beginning of this week. Something else that you've been waiting for, something that has been just so slowed down, something that is very, very personal to you, and something that, it did kind of prolong so much. It's something that you've been waiting for, like, for example, and maybe people have put this off as some kind of days, something kind of really important to you. And it's either you've been waiting for this for absolute ages, or you've been waiting for this and then it would be cancelled, and then you would be waiting for this again, and then it would be cancelled. So this is the great news, that at the beginning of this week you are going to hear about some kind of really important date, which is gonna elevate you so much, meaning that it's gonna make you feel so happy. And now this time you will fully understand that this is not going to be cancelled. Something is gonna be done, and it's gonna mean to you so much, because of that particular thing that you've been waiting for so long, my gorgeous Leone. Do you know what I mean? It's like you couldn't even plan certain things in your life how you should have planned, so it did kind of affect you, in kind of few different ways, but most importantly, it was very difficult for you to plan. So there you go. There is another great information that you are going to have, and I know that this is going to mean to you so much, and it's also at the same time going to mean to you so much that then and there, this is going to start the process of the actual healing, okay? So you will notice that not only you're going to have so much more energy after that moment in time, but you're also going to notice that some kind of specific ailment, like something that you've been suffering from or suffering with, you know what I mean? It's just going to start feeling much better. I mean, come on, do I need to say more? What an impact on your life this is going to make. But now, going back to what I said at the beginning of this reading, sorry, you know how I jump from one thing to another, can't help really. So at the beginning of this reading, I started with the fact that you are going to find out some kind of truth and clarity. This is nothing to do with this information that you're going to find out with something that you've been waiting for. Okay, please, I hope I'm not too confusing. So at the beginning of this reading, I started with the fact that you are going to find out about some kind of truth and some kind of a clarity. This is nothing to do with this information that I said that you've been waiting for a really long time, which is going to start the process of healing. Nothing to do with that. So going back to this, what you're going to find out is truth and clarity. This truth and clarity that you are going to find out, it's a lot like how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like victorious, you're gonna feel very happy, you're gonna feel very kind of proud at that moment in time, but it also has got a lot of elements of the actual justice. So it's a lot of elements of justice are connected to it, it's karmic justice, this is a big mama I'm talking about, which is bringing the truth and the clarity, much needed clarity into your life, because it's going to bring this balance. And once you have this balance, you need to understand that at around a similar time, you're also going to overhear some kind of conversation. You're gonna hear 2 or 3 or even 4 people talking, and you're gonna find this really mind-blowing, because they're gonna be talking about some kind of problem or some kind of issue very personal to you, something that was on your mind like not that long ago before you overheard that conversation. And not only that, this is gonna be a clear sign and indication that this is bringing an answer to your problem. You know, this is your sign and indication that you are going to hear an answer to something very personal to you. And it's going to come from the people that you don't even know who they are. And this is when your life is going to start becoming very interesting, because you're going to see that you are getting in touch with your higher self, with your spirit. And that means that you're opening up intuitively right now. And you're going to be open up like a big mama, you know, right from now until the end of the year, 2023 basically. Yeah, and it's starting now when it comes to you being so open, spiritual, and so intuitive. You're going to learn so much about yourself like never before. So this truth and clarity that you're going to find out, my gorgeous Leonie, it's basically going to really open your eyes, and it's going to give you courage as well. It's bringing courage into your life, but it's more about you're gonna know exactly what to be persistent about, what to be persistent. This is going to have this truth and clarity. Okay, it's going to highlight what exactly do you have to be persistent about, but in order to be persistent about that particular thing, you need to have a courage in your life. And you also need to understand that, you know, you are going to need to set clear boundaries and be as direct as you possibly can when it comes to talking and when it comes to communicating to people in general. You have to kind of understand that this is something which is going to make you instantly creative, but also at the same time it's something that, you know, you need to understand that you have to follow your heart, and because it's going to lead towards you understanding. And this is something that's going to make you feel so happy. What is going to make you feel so happy? It's you understanding that you can move on. Hallelujah. You understanding that you can move on from being so scared, you know, from making some kind of a difficult decision. You were so scared, like, oh my God, to make some kind of difficult decision, something that you did not want to do, something that you were so worried about, something that you were so paranoid about, something that made you feel so scared and so negative and so, oh no, you know, something that made you feel so paranoid, my gorgeous Leonie, some kind of a decision. You were so worried that you're going to need to make this difficult decision. Well, guess what? Poof, it's gone. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. You do not need to do anything you don't want to do in this world, in this life, especially when you find something so difficult, like it's from making a certain decision. It means that maybe you shouldn't make this decision, and you're reaching this moment in your life where you are going to have a beautiful clarity and confirmation as well. But the bottom line is you are going to feel so happy, and you will be able to move on from wanting to make some kind of difficult decision. What can I say to you? You are going to feel so happy. You are going to feel so happy, trust me. And also at the same time, you're going to find this so rewarding. You're going to feel like you want to have a party. You're going to feel like you want to celebrate. This is how much this actually means to you, to not to make that difficult decision. Just you thinking about that difficult decision for a while, it really made you to weigh on things you didn't want to weigh on, and that kind of like made the waters really murky when it comes to your life. So after this moment in time, you are going to start seeing things crystal clear, but it's also a lot going to reflect on your energy, on your passion, on your strength, especially when it comes to like starting new things and making the necessary step and walking into the dimensions that you've never walked in before, which would normally put you off. So now seeing crystal clear, it's not only going to help you to get in touch with yourself again, but it's also going to like help you out so much at a time when you are facing some kind of uncertainty along your path, which shouldn't really put you off, because you find out about yourself so much and about your life, which is ever so needed on our spiritual journey. We are constantly growing, evolving and changing. So this is not only going to open your eyes, but it's also going to start the process of preparation. In 1 year time, your life, it's going to be so much more beautiful than what it is now. You need to trust me, and this is the beginning of a very special and a very sacred path in your life, indeed. And also, my gorgeous Leonie, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you need to understand that basically what is actually going to happen. A new phase is going to start. The actual new phase in your life is going to happen when you realize that something that you've been working on, and something that means to you so much, and something that you have been so happy with so far, like, whoa, you were so happy, now suddenly you're gonna start questioning yourself, and you're gonna realize, am I really happy with this, or does this need a more energy of mine? And you're gonna realize, yes, this needs more energy. And this is like not really going to surprise you, but I'm not surprised, because you are gonna have so much more energy, like really positive energy in your life that you didn't have before. So you will be able to play with things in this, and I mean this in the best possible way. And that, when I say that you're going to be able to play with things, it's more like in such a way where this you would find like ludicrous, like thinking about something that you thought it was final at the final stage in your life. If this happened only like a few weeks ago, you would be like, no baby, no. But now you're gonna absolutely love this, because your subconscious mind is guiding you towards this, and you will know that there is a very, very soon going to be so much more to unpack when it comes to this as well. So you need to understand that a new phase in your life, it's about to start, it's about to begin. As soon as you kind of understand that something needs even higher standards, for example, something that you've been working on, and something that means to you so much, and something that you thought that it doesn't need any changes or whatsoever. This is important for you to understand, because it's bringing you the actual balance into your life. On one hand, this balance is going to bring a patience, but then on another hand, this balance is also going to be ever so important when it comes to you like kind of finding a meaning in being a leader of your life, okay? And that means that you are healing and you are becoming emotionally stable, and that on another hand means that this in itself is bringing power, strength and control into your life as well, because very soon after that moment in time, you are going to have a very unusual but very, very specific sign as well. And that unusual and specific sign, it's going to answer your question, and it's going to make you realize that you are doing the right thing, but it's also most importantly going to make you realize the exact adjustment you need to make when it comes to that particular thing that you were working on, and that particular thing that you're gonna feel like it needs like a higher standards, or it needs more of you, of your precious energy to go towards it. So like shortly after that moment in time, the sign that you're gonna have, which is gonna be completely out of this world, it's going to make you aware of just that. And then few days later, oh my God, you are gonna have a good news. A few days later already, you are going to have a good news, and that good news is going to have nothing to do with this, but it's going to make you realize what exactly you want. And then you're going to realize, oh my God, this happened for a reason. It all makes sense. It absolutely all makes sense. Oh, everything is going to start falling into places now, and this is where things are going to become so beautiful for you, and it's all going to start making sense indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, be happy because of this little disagreement you're going to have. Nothing major, nothing super horrible, nothing like screaming or aggressive or anything like that. It is just a little disagreement that you are going to have with somebody, only because you are not going to be able to agree on something really, really specific. But this is not like some kind of major person in your life whatsoever, okay? So this is no one who is like too close to you, or no one who you should be kind of worrying about whatsoever. But what am I trying to say here? That this disagreement that you are going to have, you should feel really happy about, because that particular disagreement that you are going to have, you're actually going to realize some kind of like opportunities and some kind of choices, you know, really important opportunities and really important choices. You're not going to realize these opportunities and choices for the first time ever. This is only going to highlight the certain opportunities and the certain possibilities that have already been on your mind. And this disagreement is just basically going to unlock the door. It's going to open the door, and it's going to show you the way. It's going to show you the way. This is brilliant. So this is why this is going to work for you so perfectly, and that in itself, it's also going to make you aware of exactly which steps do you need to make. Not that this is going to make you aware of, but as I said, already you've been thinking about these possibilities and these opportunities, and now somehow because of this, you will kind of be much closer to it when it comes to making the necessary step, because somebody is going to be on your mind, some kind of powerful man, some kind of a powerful person, somebody very spiritual, somebody very strange, somebody very unusual, somebody very emotionally balanced, somebody who is very compassionate, somebody who is very diplomatic, somebody who has like kind of things in control, somebody who is well balanced. I said that already, didn't I? Somebody who is very supportive, somebody who is very tolerant, and most importantly, somebody who is very empathic as well. This particular person, it's going to be on your mind, and somehow through that person you are going to really realize, you know, like have confirmation about taking the necessary steps at this stage of your life. And then at the same time, this is, you need to understand that this is to do with good luck. This is to do with your karma, this is to do with your destiny, and most importantly, this is to do with the change and your turning point. This is gonna push you towards like you are really kind of discovering so much about yourself and so much about what you want to do. This is all gonna lead towards you realizing limitless potential in as little as 1 month's time. In as little as 1 month's time, this is one thing it's gonna lead to another, and in exactly 1 month's time, you know, you are gonna have so much to explore. On one hand, you will have so much to explore, but on another hand, you are gonna feel free like never ever before, because all this is preparing you for something special. All this is preparing you for your sacred spiritual journey, where you are gonna live your life entirely on your terms whatsoever. It's like, oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.